So this is an example of working of ATM, right? So yesterday in the last class I have told you what is the meaning of module. Okay, what is a module? A small working unit of a software is called as module, right? So whenever we want to develop a software, entire software is first divided into smallest unit called as module. For example, let us take as ATM software, automated teller machine. When we want to develop a software for this ATM, that ATM software is divided into various modules. Modules are the small working units, of a software. So first module, let us take it as a login, where the user enters, okay, his credentials. What are the credentials that are entered when we want to log into ATM? Nothing but we need our card, which is provided by the bank. So that is one part of the login credential. Then we have withdraw module. Once when we enter the card into the machine, it contains a chip. It contains a semiconducting chip. So all your personal bank detail is uploaded into that chip, right? Then by taking help of that chip, what happens? Your entire data is scanned and sent to the server of the bank. Then the bank will find out that whether the login credentials are same as that of the customer details. Okay, and once when you enter the password, then only the withdrawal is performed. So withdrawal module will take care of all withdrawal related transactions. Okay, right? Then there is one more module called as change PIN module. So this module is related to change the passcode of your card. Fast cash module. Okay, it will withdraw what? The cash in the huge amount. Fast cash, right? Cash transfer module. This is related to deposit of your cash through ATM. We have one more, that is mini state module, mini statement module. So with the help of this module, it will generate the statement of the transaction that you have performed, isn't it? So when I want to develop an ATM system, so these are the different modules, okay, which belongs to the ATM software, right? Similarly, if you take any another project, all the project cannot be constructed at one glance. Entire software is constructed only when you develop the modules. That's why all the softwares follow modularization. What is modularization? Modularization is a concept where each of your software is divided into smallest unit called as modules. Whenever you want to develop any project, any live project, what happens? First, you have to find out the requirements, and then after collecting the requirements, you have to start working on the design. During the time of designing also, you have to follow modular approach. So in modular approach, what happens? First, find out the modules, design the modules, and then develop the code for each module. Then do testing on each individual module. After testing is performed on all the modules, you combine all the modules. And after combining all the modules, okay, you link all the modules, and then the ATM software is created. Okay. So then that entire software is tested, which is called as system testing. All right. So this entire process is called as modularization. Okay. Why I'm telling you again and again about modularization? Because this is very important. During the software development, it is not possible to develop the entire software in one moment. You have to first divide the software into modules and then do module-wise development of the software. There are a lot of advantages of following this approach, guys. Why? Because if there is a problem in login module, we can only find out error in the login module. No need to go for making any changes in any another module. So whenever there are any problems in the existing module, what will happen? We have to make the changes only in this module. All right. So please enter your attendance in the chat box, all of you. And I have started the class at 10:15, which may end at 10:45. So at 10:50 again I am going to organize one more class. So 10:50 to most probably 11:30. Okay, and be ready for the classes. Daily we will be taking classes of 3 subjects. Okay, sometimes somebody may take extra, so I may take 2 classes every day. Okay, every day or 1 day gap. All right, so I am going to take 2 classes today. So after immediately after this, I will share the link in the WhatsApp for the next Zoom. Okay, all right. So please enter your details in the chat box, which will be considered as the attendance. Please enter your details in the chat box. Okay, all right. So here I was. So hence, all the softwares are developed in an approach which is called as modularization, right? So let us go back to our today's session. That is, I'm going to tell you about another different types of software. This one, different types of software models, isn't it? So we learned about waterfall model. Then I told you about incremental model also. This model we learned, incremental model. So today we are going to learn another model which is called as rapid application development model, right? So it is called as rapid application development model, see, right? So in short, we call this model as RAD. In short, we call it as RAD, right? So do you know what is meaning of rapid? Guys, what is rapid? What do you mean by rapid? Rapid means what? What is meaning of rapid? Rapid means what? Fast, isn't it? Rapid means quick, right? So rapid is nothing but quick development of a software. So just now I told you an example of ATM, right? So in rapid application development, okay, what happens? Let me tell you. So it was developed by IBM, right? It was developed by IBM in 1980. Okay. Then in this model, what we are going to do in this rapid application development, we are going to divide entire project into small modules. Just now I told you what is meaning of module, isn't it? So for example, ATM software, when we want to develop, that entire ATM software is divided into smallest unit called as the module. Okay, so we are going to divide all those ATM software into smallest unit, which is called as module. Okay, then after dividing that software into module, what we are going to do, each are assigned independently to separate teams. Okay, for example, see here we have how many modules? 6 modules are there. So the entire software development starts with the process of modules. So what we will do, first you take all the requirements, you decide how many modules are there, right? So after deciding the number of modules, what you are going to do, you are going to give each module to another team. So login module will be given for person number A, withdraw module will be developed by person number B, change pin module will be developed by person number C, so fast cash withdrawal module will be developed by another person. So in this way, how many number of modules are there, those many number of people start working on the modules. It means in rapid application development, you divide entire project into modules, okay? And after dividing all the project into modules. So am I audible to all of you? Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. See, so today I am taking a class in the classroom so that you can feel that you can have a classroom view. Okay. Yes. So what happens? See, entire software here. Okay, it is divided into modules, right? Then these modules can be finally combined. Okay, we are going to combine, right, all the modules, and then we are going to form a final product. Is it clear about rapid application? All your software is divided into small units called as modules, okay? And then those modules are combined together to generate a final product, okay? Yes, see the next, this one, I will show you the block diagram, right? I'll show you the block diagram. Fine, so this is the block diagram. Okay, so here in this block diagram, first thing that you see is, okay, first thing that you see is elicit requirements. Okay, first thing that you see here, just a minute. Okay, it is elicit requirements. Elicit means what? What is meaning of elicit? Collection of requirements. Okay, suppose I want to develop an ATM software. I will start with collection of requirements, right? Collection of requirements. So after collecting the requirements, I will modularize the requirements. So here, suppose I have collected this information, and then the next step will be dividing your entire software into modules. Dividing your entire software into modules. That is called as modularize the requirements, means divide the requirements. Divide your requirements into different modules. So once when you collect the requirements, then after modularizing the requirements, means after dividing that requirements into different modules. Okay, now suppose the first module is login, second module is changing password, right? We have n number of modules, so each of your modules. Okay, so here what happens is that entire software is divided into different modules. For example, we have 6 modules here: login, withdraw, change, fast, cash, and transfer, right? So your entire software is divided into module. Then first module is developed by team number 1. Second module is developed by team number 2. Third module is developed by team number 3. Fourth module and nth module will be developed by team number n. In this way, each individual team will start working on one module. It means 10 different teams will work simultaneously on 10 different modules. So what is advantage of this technique? Advantage of this technique is that all the software working is started at the same time. All the software modules development starts at the same time. Okay, the development of all the modules start at the same time. And what happens is that on all these models, on all the models, if there are 10 models, okay, each module will go under analysis, each module will go under designing, each module is coded, each module is tested. It means when we collect requirement for login module, what will happen? As soon as you collect the requirements for login module, you also make designing of that module. Okay, you start making designing of that module. For example, login module you are doing now, you make designing of that module. After designing, you write coding for the login module, and after the coding is completed, you do testing on that module. So in this way, this module is ready. So for second module also, what you are going to do, you are also going to do analysis, designing, coding, and testing. Same process is carried out for all the modules. Is it clear? So the main motto, okay, the main motto of our rapid application development is that each module, okay, how many number of modules are there? Those many number of teams are allotted. Each module will undergo the waterfall process. See, this is waterfall process, no? This process is called as waterfall model. So each module will go for analysis, designing, coding, and testing, right? And once when all the modules are ready, what happens? Once when all modules are ready now, all the modules are integrated. Integrated means what? Combining together. How these modules are related? You have learned database, isn't it? So we form a relationship between both of these, and then we develop, we write the code to connect the modules. We write the code to connect the modules and to connect the database, right? And then we combine all the modules. We combine all the modules, and then again, after combining all the modules, what we do? See, those who have occurred late, please enter your name in the register, name in the chat box. Okay, enter your names in the chat box. And one more thing I want to tell you, I will be taking one more session after completion of this, and I will share the link. Okay, yes, see here. Now, what happens now? Integrating all the modules. So all the modules are integrated. All the modules are integrated, and again these activities are performed. So final testing is done on the entire software, right? And then test the final product and deliver the final product. So remember guys, in rapid application development, what happens is that we are going to divide the entire software into different modules. So after dividing the module, different teams works on different modules. Designing, coding and testing is done for all the modules, and then integration, we finally integrate or combine all the modules, okay, and then the software is ready. Okay, now this is all about the explanation of the phases. There are 4 basic phases in this, okay. In rapid application development, there are 4 phases. One is collection of requirements, one is modularization, next is construction, development and testing. So these are the 4 phases here. So first, this requirement planning is this phase, this one. Which one? This elicit requirements. So this is requirement planning phase. So here what happens? It involves the various techniques in elicitation. So if you click here, right? If you click here, you will get the information. When you open the notes, you will get the meanings. Okay, what is meaning of requirement elicitation? It will be available to you, right? Once when you click those hyperlinks, right? So requirement elicitation is nothing but what? Collection of requirement. So how you are going to collect the requirement? How you are going to collect the requirement? There are different techniques for collecting the requirements. Observation, interview, prototyping, brainstorming, workshop, reverse engineering, questionnaires. So these are different techniques of collecting the information, right? So you can collect the information by making interview with the customer, or just by observation, going to the customer's site and observing the working of the ATM software, and depending on that collecting the requirement. So brainstorming is one of the example of requirement collection. So once when you click here, you will get what is brainstorming. So in short, I will tell you what is brainstorming. Brainstorming is making discussion with different people of a software development team. Brainstorming is one of the way of collecting the requirement from technical people. Okay, is it clear? Okay, so task analysis, analyzing the activities. Okay, form analysis. Form analysis means what? Suppose now you go for your Gmail, right? So gmail.com. Oh, okay, so once when you type gmail.com, one form will be open to you, right? Now the email will open because ID is already created, right? Now, suppose this is one problem which is occurring to the user. So how you are going to analyze this problem? That process is called as form analysis. So you will ask different customers that, okay, what do you feel about this form? You will ask the user that, what do you feel about this design or this web page, right? Or you may ask, is there any problem in designing, right? So suppose this is a form email which has opened now, right? So making analysis, okay, and feeling how comfortable the user is. That is called as form analysis. User scenarios, finding out about the interfaces. Okay, finding out about the interfaces. So Zoom is one interface through which I am interacting with you, isn't it? Right, so that is user scenarios. Then one more technique is used, that is facilitated application development technique. What is this technique? Here, what we do is we interact with the customer every time. Customer ಜೊತೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡೋದು? Interact ಮಾಡೋದು. Customer ಜೊತೆ interact ಮಾಡಿ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಏನು requirements ಅದಾವು collect ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು. Immediately after collecting that requirements, changing that requirements to the good design. So these are the different ways. Okay, ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಏನದಾವಲ್ಲ, these all are different ways of collecting the information. What are those? Facilitated technique, brainstorming. These are different ways of collecting the requirement, right? Next going to what? User description. Here what you are going to do? Here you are interacting with the customer, then you are taking the information, you are creating some demo pages and you are giving to the customer to use it, and then you collect the valuable feedback from the customer. This is called as a user description. Where do you do that? You do it here. Okay, we are going to do that here. You develop a module, you ask to the customer whether the customer is happy or not, and then again if he suggests any changes, you do the changes. So you keep on doing that until the software is ready. All right, yeah. So in construction phase, what is going to happen? You will develop you will test all the modules, and if they are ready, then only you will integrate the module. And after integrating the module, you will go to the final phase, that is testing the final product. All right. So these are the 4 phases of rapid application development. Okay. So are there any queries here? We will continue at 10:46 in the next session. So I'll give you 2 to 3 minutes for queries. Did you understand? Are there any queries here? Any questions, guys? Yes, if any questions are there, we can discuss. Any questions? Yes, students? If any questions are there, please we can discuss. Okay, all right, see. Still 3 minutes are there, so I will just tell you about the advantages. Okay, so what are advantages? It is use of reusable components helps to reduce the cycle of the time. So there are certain advantages here, certain disadvantages also. Okay, now one assignment which I would like to give you is that you have to go for this one, working models in ATM software. Okay, working models in ATM software, and just to study. Okay, just to study how the ATM works. Okay, just to study how ATM works. So that is your assignment, or you can take it as a homework. You have to study how this project is going to work. All right. Okay. Yes, so what we'll do is I will conduct one more session at 10. I will immediately share the link. Okay, so just all of you log in through that link, because the default timing for this session, I think it is 10:45, isn't it? Okay, so immediately if this session ends, please log in through another session, all of you, right? So until that, I will keep the screen here so that it is visible for you. Huh? Okay, I will share another link. All of you, please join through that link. Okay, I will share the link immediately. So here I'm going to end it. Okay, and immediately we'll go to the second session.